Thunderstruck went boom over the top.
Oh, first time over here.
Oh, yeah, a bit of a...
Got to get used to the surroundings here.
Yeah,
Betos is thrown.
Yeah, he has it set up a bit different, doesn't he?
Doesn't he? Looking out the window.
Yeah. Is he ever coming back? Do you know yet?
Oh, I wouldn't.
No.
If I was in Vietnam, I'd be staying. But I don't know. When he's due back?
He's living the dream, isn't he?
Make the most of it, mate.
Yeah.
Live it up.
Yeah.
Wonder how many coconut coffees he's having. Oh.
You've been talking up the coconut
Dude,
coffee.
I'm telling you, they're the best. If you haven't heard of them, it's just like pure coconut meat, flesh, whatever you want to call it, and espresso, and a bit of condensed milk, and it slaps. Yeah,
Gives you a coffee kick.
Oh, it hits you hard. If you closest I've found, shout out to Caloundra Bakery.
Yeah.
On Bullcock Street. If you want to know what I'm talking about, head down there, grab one. Yep.
Yeah, right.
Shout out for them. I really enjoy them. They're good.
Yeah.
But,
True. Anyway, back to it. Another week.
I'm just excited.
Yeah.
Actually, a good round of footy coming up.
Yeah, there's a couple of good matchups, isn't it?
It starts fast.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of ramifications come out of that game, but we'll go through the week coming up shortly. It was
Yeah, we got
last week.
3 games on Friday this week as well.
Mm-hmm. Even better.
Yep.
Anzac Day.
Yep.
That'd be right. I'll tell you, to start with a bit of beef on this card, Anzac card.
Anzac
should
card.
have left it with the Storm and the Wires, I reckon. That was a real sick clash.
Yeah.
I remember like a couple of good games like the 2010s. Shawnee Johnson tore him up a few times. Yeah, I reckon that was a good little rivalry.
Yeah. Why'd they change it? Do you know?
Couldn't tell you.
Nah.
Probably because they're sick of the Wires losing.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh,
Yeah.
Lukey Metcalf could do some damage.
Yeah.
He's filling some big shoes with Sean Johnson, but he's doing well.
Mate, that was a good performance. Aside from his first 5 kicks for goal, they were terrible. But
Yeah,
good comeback.
definitely.
Just aside from his kicks, he played real well. Set a few tries up. And then
That's
just
the
owned
confidence.
moment.
Yeah.
He's looking like Sean Johnson's 7 replacement,
Yeah.
which is pretty good. After the first couple of weeks, I didn't really like their halves, but I don't think they've lost since then.
No, they've looked real good. I think they lost their last game before they just beat the Bronx, and then I think they've won 3 or 4 on the trot before that. But
I think they're in the top 4.
top 4, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Great
You said you were
loss.
pretty happy with Metcalf. How he just, as soon as Reece Walsh
Yep.
kicked it out on the full, he's just, I'll take the 2.
He owned it straight away. You could hear it through the special effects mics. And even after the game, the first player that they interviewed was just like, Lukey, the moment he could see it going out, he just said, yep, I'll take the 2.
Respect.
Yeah, and like we said, he had the hurricane behind him. I'd love to see how bad the breeze was.
Yeah.
And even on that note, to talk about it, how did Reece have I think it's a PCL. He's out for 6 weeks, if you didn't know. But how did he kick the ball into the wind with a bad leg and make it go dead?
Yeah.
How hard did you kick that ball? Like, imagine if the wind wasn't there, he probably would have kicked it out the stadium.
Yeah.
Kicked it that hard.
But with the PCL, yeah. How long? Because he was,
It was the impact on that knee from that. I don't know if it was when he was running the ball back or a tackle, but it was impact on the knee.
but it was reasonably early in the game
First
though.
5 minutes.
Yeah, because then he went out to the wing and they put Cobbo back.
Yep.
And then they swapped back again.
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't notice when they made the swap. I did only see the second half when he went back.
Yeah.
So,
So, like, how bad's the injury? Should he have kept playing? Like,
well, no.
yeah.
I don't know what the PCL is,
Yeah.
but he's got 6 weeks.
Cruciate ligaments, CL, but posterior, ACL,
Practical?
posterior,
Partial? I don't know.
anterior. I don't know.
I'm not a doctor, man.
Yeah. But he shouldn't have been playing. He shouldn't have kept playing.
He should have came off.
Yeah.
But it makes you wonder, like, he's out of form.
Mm-hmm.
Give him 6 weeks.
Yeah.
It should be right.
Chuck Cobbo.
I need to look when Origin is because there's been a few injuries last couple of weeks for Origin.
Yeah.
And it's very concerning, especially for Queensland.
Yeah.
While she's gone, this thing's like killing me, I miss my old one over there. Bear with us. If you got the video, you'll see. If it's on audio, you won't understand. Bit
Dangerous.
of a mic problem.
There you go. Under control.
We're back.
Yeah. Well, I think Walsh is missing the first one guaranteed.
Harry's out for at least 4 weeks.
It's possible he might be earlier coming back now.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he'll make Origin.
It'll be at least 2, at least. Speaking of hammies, Tommy's back this week.
Yeah. Is that too early though?
Probably.
It happens every year.
Yeah. At this point, you could almost try and medically retire him, eh? I know it sounds bad, but he's never going to be able to do it again. Like every single year has like 3 hammy injuries.
Yeah.
Like you got to come to a point where it takes a lot of their salary.
Yeah.
Like far out.
with medically retiring, do you know anything like what do they
Need.
pay out? Or like, for say he's got, 3 years left on his contract, do they pay out his 3 years? Do they just say...
I think it's a mutual agreement, so probably get like 2.5 probably or something.
Yeah.
But all I know is it clears them off the salary cap immediately.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, so you said, like that money that he gets paid out will be cleared out of your cap straight away.
What?
That's how like the Eels and I can't remember the other team, Doggies might have had a couple of years ago, and they were just basically tapping blokes on the shoulder saying, "Hey, we're over the cap, you need to retire, otherwise we're screwed."
True.
Yeah, there's a few of them like that. I couldn't tell you names off the top of my head, but I could tell you this happened at least to 5 or 6 players in the last 10 years.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think like Watmo would have been a good one.
Yeah.
As a prime example at the Seagulls. He probably could have played a bit longer, but he medically retired to get off the books.
Yeah, right. That's interesting. It's cool that it takes it off straight away.
Yeah, even GI, I think Rabbitohs did the dodgy with his one, medically retired him. But the one that annoys me is...
He should have never retired. He's still got to go down as like...
Oh, he's the greatest.
He is seriously insane.
Yeah, dude, he's insane. The only player that I ever saw contain him was Josh Morris in Origin.
Really?
Dude, to be fair, any other player... And look how much he did, but like so many games, he just nullified GI so much. Yet he still scored, 18 tries and put Darius over like for 25 or something.
He was incredible.
Yeah.
There was something that I saw.
And he was just a player you could play anywhere.
Yeah, so that was
Anywhere.
the stat or something. It was like
He won a Dally M at 6.
someone
And a
was
Clive
saying
Churchill.
if you could put your best players in a team,
Yeah.
I guarantee you that a team full of GIs would beat that team.
Yeah.
Like if
The only other player that I would half consider would be Sam Burgess.
Really?
I rate Sam Burgess that high.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
He definitely...
Sam Burgess and Tino.
Sam Burgess. Like, dude. Yeah.
True.
Dude, Sammy was insane. He changed the way that the front rowers played.
Oh, that got me.
Hurricane. That was the Warriors breeze behind him.
Yeah, it might have been.
Fuck.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Every Wednesday it rains.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's because we're
Every-
moving markets, mate.
It's because Oztag's tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Dude, not yesterday. Last Wednesday was the first time it didn't rain on the sunny coast for the first time in at least 3 months.
Yeah.
Because I call it every time it rains on a Wednesday. I'm like, oh, there's no Oztag.
No.
But they were playing touch. Back to business. If you don't know, we're playing tomorrow night at 6:30. Marucci Footy Fields.
Most
Greater
exciting
Sunshine
thing
Coast.
on the Sunshine Coast. I'm
Coming back
telling
after
you.
a shock loss last week.
Yeah, it was a tough win. No,
Don't
tough
lose,
loss
only
2
take
weeks ago.
lessons. Was it 2 weeks now?
Yeah, because we miss every second week with
Dude.
rain.
So bad.
Yeah.
Anyway. But what else happened last week, dude? I went to this game, the Dolphins and the Storm.
Yes.
That was hectic.
Great game to go to.
Dude, great game to watch.
Yeah.
Very entertaining. Dad, first thing he said when I walked out was that was probably the best game he could have gone to.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. That was real sick. It was good because it's like my second and my third favorite team.
Yeah.
So and this is the best part about it. The only reason the Storm lost is because I had my Storm polo on.
Oh,
I guarantee it. I curse every team.
Well, can you put a Bulldogs polo on for the Bronx
Yeah.
this week?
Well, that'll be a big game. We'll go through that shortly. Hey, I'm very excited for that game.
But Dolphins game,
Dolphins game, bro.
16-2 they were down.
Yeah.
They
Dude,
come back 40 points to 6, I
and
think.
the way they were playing, that like the Storm were in their mood, and it was like 15 minutes before half time. I was like, all right, this will be a blowout.
Yeah.
At least 40-0. And there was like 5 minutes before half time. I was like, I don't mind the Dolphins. Like, they got good body language. They're coming home strong. We call it the 5-minute danger zone, which is 5 minutes before half time.
Yeah.
Crucial part of the game.
Crucial.
Mate, I'm telling you, if there's any part of the game that you want to win, it's that 5 minutes right there. And they just scored, and it just on flow.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to see how many tries they scored in a row, because I can't remember the last time a Storm team went down from 16 up to lose by that much. And a stat for it as well, it was one of the biggest margins ever the Storm have lost by.
Really?
The last time that they've been touched up by that was in the 2000s. Since like 2000 and at least 5 or 6, they haven't lost by more than 20 points.
What?
Aside from that grand final that they lost 40-0. But in like regular season,
Yeah.
first time it's happened since at least 2010, I guarantee you.
Far out.
Yeah.
Kotoa. It's all Isaiya Kotoa, man.
The one that stands out most was, and it was just so well played, I don't know if we'll get the vision up, I'll try to find it on KO, is a try where he double pumps, looks out the back, throws the dummy, runs at the line, no-look pass into someone's second row or something, goes over untouched. Man, if you're a young half, you just watch that on repeat. It was the nicest try I've ever seen. Creative try I've seen. It was just perfect.
He's just got really good reading of the game.
And what makes it so good, to be a nerd for you, if you go back and watch it, the 3 Storm defenders do it perfectly. So the inside man will push in, the guy in the middle will hold for the fucking hold-up pass, and then I think it was Howarth maybe, pushes up into that gap, so it looks like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kotoa somehow gets past defender A, somehow makes defender B get interested in his player B, and then forgets about him and then passes the ball and goes straight in. Like, the Storm couldn't have defended it better, yet he still made it look perfect. It was insane.
Yeah, right. We'll get the clip up.
Yeah, we'll get the clip up, or I'll leave a timestamp. You can go watch KO Minis and you'll see exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, far out. Because it looked like he controlled the game. He did very well. Like, Dolphins played very well. Like, Herbie done well.
Dude, Herbie is firing.
Yeah.
Like, he's hungry.
I haven't
seen who's after 3 on the Dally M, but he would have to be in the top 10.
Yep.
I don't know if he is or not, but he should be.
I'm not sure either, but
He's
Will Kennedy's number 1 now.
I saw that. Dude, my mate at work, Jakey, yesterday, he's like, yeah, no, Jai's not the number 1 anymore. And I was like, you're taking the piss. He's like, no, Will Kennedy is. And I'm like, no, he's not. He's like, yeah, he is. I'm like, how? Bro, last week I was saying he's the worst fullback in the game, and he still is. He plays one good game on the weekend, and he's on 24 points.
I don't know what happened.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Where did he even come from?
I haven't been watching him.
I have. He plays trash.
Yeah, I just wouldn't even know he's playing.
The only thing he's good at is being able to catch the ball. He did make a sick line break, to be fair, on the weekend. But I couldn't believe it. He's got to be the worst fullback in the comp, aside from Walsh's current form. You know what I mean? Like, far out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the Eels and the Tigers game, probably the other really game that would be worthwhile mentioning. Shout out Brado.
Yeah.
Like, that was just an interesting game. You can
that's why I got the captain's hat on. 1 point for me. I tipped him.
Yeah, that was good. Great play.
Yeah. I didn't know Moses was going to be in the team.
Didn't you?
No.
Dude, he made such a change. And I was like, and again, it was the Tigers, and you could see how much the drama off-field affected them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so many of their errors and the way that they were carrying on. Even Taruva, you could see his
frustrations. Oh, yeah, that wasn't good.
But he's been blowing up all season. Like, he's been a bit angry all season, but you could just tell on the weekend it blew over.
Yeah.
And it's just like, far out. You feel bad for the Tigers fans.
Yeah.
And Benji, because it was going so well. And you could honestly just see the whole season just go within a week.
Crumbling, yeah.
And it's all because of Isaac, the manager, man. It's so bad.
So
even the Tigers came out today and said, like, it's not good at the moment. Like, we can't deal with Isaac, and he's even got a couple of other players with us, and we don't know what to do.
Really?
Yeah. Like, it's just capitulated.
So he's toxic. Why do?
It's just managers.
Yeah.
Managers, like.
Well, funny, like we were saying last week, or you were saying last week, the Eels possibly Galvin because cousin.
I called it the Lockie Galvin Cup.
It was. But they come out the Eels coach
Dude, it was so bad.
He's come out and said if he's on the market, we'll take him.
Straight after the game. It was just the most blatant, obvious thing. And he's just like, Buzzer's like, at the end of the interview, he's like, all right, mate, give us the hot take. And everyone starts laughing because you can't talk to him till November.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's the most obvious thing. Like, obviously just go now. But it's just so embarrassing for everything. Like a contract stands for nothing in this day and age.
Yeah.
It honestly doesn't. And it just frustrates everyone. And everyone gets annoyed by it, but they won't fix it. And it's so easy to fix.
Is there any way of like, because I know in the NFL, say same thing happens that Tom Brady wants out of his contract and we'll have him. Yeah. Then whoever takes him has to pay them a certain amount as well. Like, is that happening here? I know because they don't really have a salary cap over there.
The team who loses the player, if they offload it early to the other team, they'll fund up most of the contract. Like a good example would have been when Matt Lodge either went from the Broncos to... Did he go to Manly or the Roosters? Roosters, because that's what I thought. So when he went to the Roosters, the Broncos paid 70% of his salary while he was at the Chooks.
Yeah, right. Okay.
The whole time he was at the Roosters.
Yeah.
Paid 70% of his salary to the Roosters.
And he was definitely not worth it.
But that's just an example of how that sort of works. Like like the team who offloads him early would fund like 70% of that contract that's remaining or something like that.
Okay.
But it's
or you just hold on to it.
It's just such a grey area.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just so badly put together. And the salary cap in a way does work. Like the competition is quite even.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like, it's very even comp, but it's just like the bigger teams just get away with so much more.
Yeah, well, you even see like the Knights, though. The Knights are, on paper look like a great team.
Yep.
So they've got plenty of money that they've put into all these players, and they're just not putting it together.
Yeah.
So
it's just, and it all starts like in-house, like your board and like the club in-house. If you don't have a good back house, the front of house, the footy team is never good.
Yeah, okay.
Like you see that, you look at the Eels, you look at the Tigers, you look at the Titans, like you look at those bottom dwellers and there's no strong foundation at the top. Whereas you look at the good clubs, the Storm, they've got Nick Penasini, they've got Craig Bellamy, they've got board members who have always been there. Everyone talks to each other, everyone agrees or makes decisions, you know?
Yeah. And everyone's involved in it.
You know what I mean? And then you look at some clubs like Manly, great example, like they're the only team who have the worst back of house and they can still perform on the field. It's the only club that's good like that. But like
what is
I was
that,
saying,
the players, you reckon?
No, it's the back of house. Your board and the CEOs and all that. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, the board didn't even chat to DCE on this contract renewal.
Yeah.
The only person that spoke about the contract to him was the recruitment manager. And it's like, I don't know, you'd go to any other job and your highest, like your main man, imagine getting told from someone that's
his assistant.
in HR,
Yeah.
here's your new contract. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not right.
Yeah,
You give it to the big dogs. It shouldn't even go to the big dogs. It should just be as simple as, here's your piece of paper, put whatever you want on it, sort of thing.
Yeah, we want you to stick around.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just a bit dumb like that.
So do you reckon,
going back to that, like
Galvin though, do you reckon he should move on, or they should release him?
Did I not say last week? And
He'll be back.
I'm beating everyone. He'll be back this week. But not only that, did I not say that the manager's going to push a case for bullying?
Yes.
Did I not say that?
Exactly what you said.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've got the hot goss. And I'm just saying it because, like, it's a true point. Like, I can't believe that's just how it unfolds.
Yeah.
Like, the definition of bullying is over and over and over.
Yeah.
Consistently backing up, you know, your shit talk. Whereas one social media post.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like...
Yeah, and it was his manager that come out and said it was bullying as well.
And I go back to what I was saying last week. Like, when they sat down, Lockie, his dad, and his manager to say, all right, this is how we're going to go about it. We're going to tell them now that we're going to leave. What did they think was going to happen?
Yeah.
And not just see what happened to DC for the last 2 weeks. Like, what I was saying, like, they had a plan in motion weeks ago before they did this, and it's just come perfectly out for them.
Do you reckon they should have just waited until November?
Well, why? What would have happened is Lockie would have been stuck in reserve grade.
No, but like if he had... Yeah.
And then by then, clubs would have forgot about him. And by then, he's just got this whole garbage bag behind him of all the shit he's just caused.
Yeah.
What other club's going to want to be involved with that?
Yeah, that's fair. True. Politics in the NRL,
hey, get me in.
Yeah.
I'd sort him out so quick.
Yeah.
And I know it would be crap, and I know managers need a job and, you know, salaries and all that. And
that's what you pay them for.
And I get all that. But ultimately, for the sake of the game, the product of the game, just create that window at the end of the year, or like the EPL have, if you're whinging during like the middle of the year, maybe give them like a week period where if you want to trade, off you go.
Yeah.
And that's it. And if you don't like it, you're in reserve grade.
Yeah.
Same thing that happened to Gordon Tallis 20 years ago when Wayne dropped him. Or was it the Dragons that dropped him when he signed that contract? But you get the point. Same with Hodges, you know what I mean? Like, the world's very soft in this day and age. You sign like, I couldn't imagine if I sign a contract for 3 years, in 14 months, I'm not thinking of, you know, like I wouldn't know how to do it. Wouldn't even think I could.
Yeah.
It's just wrong.
It's just the manager in his ear.
I signed a contract for 3 years. I got to do this for 3 years.
Yeah. Unless he hated it, which...
And I get like if it's bad, or like, you know, you go there and toilet doesn't work and there's no shower and this and that, like that's fair enough. But if it's just, I don't like my job or I don't like being here, this team sucks, well, boo-hoo. You signed this nice contract for $600,000 a year.
Yeah, you were happy with it then.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But it has, like you said...
What's the saying? You lay in your bed, you lay in the bed you make, whatever it is.
Yeah. Your manager getting hype or getting attention around him, like far out, every podcast out there, all news stations were talking about it for last week and this week, like far out. Galvin, if he had played a good game, we would have spent a second on him saying, a great game.
And like, I don't know if Galvin plays, like, do they win the game or not? I don't know. But it's...
They're obviously rattled. There was one part of that game where...
they were clearly rattled.
It must have been Taruva sent off, and then also the Eels player sent off, I think.
Yeah, dude, I'll say this because they did have that. At this very point, me and Brady are having spotties in the garage, so all we could hear was just someone's getting sin bin. And then I come out, and then there was a sin bin like 2 minutes later, and I hadn't seen a scoreboard in so long that looked like it was like an NFL timeout call.
Yeah.
You had 2 yellows and 1 yellow. I was just cracking up.
Yeah. But the Eels, they're in a huddle, like, talking it out.
This is another thing that I did see. So they talk about this team first culture, right?
Yeah.
All week at the Tigers. You got 3 players posting team first on social media. First thing I seen is you got the Eels all together with Moses and the Tigers dispersed everywhere.
Not even talking to each other. No. Like, where's Luai saying, calm down, boys?
Where's this team first that you've been posting all week? I know. It's just, that was another great example of it's just like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Nice save there. Good save.
Yeah, good save.
Well done.
Recorded line.
Yeah. Recorded line. That's good.
That's good.
Yeah, that was definitely noticeable. But enough about the Tigers.
Just to finish up on last week, 2 things. Credit to the Eels. I don't like that to go through all the crap that happened in the game. The comeback from the Tigers, because they did come back into it and then they kicked away to win at the end. Like, that's a really good team effort. And secondly, I think I saw one of the best 40-20s of my life in that game.
By Moses?
Dude.
That was huge.
He kicked it from like 32 out.
Yeah.
And it landed like perfectly like that.
It landed on like the inside the 10.
Yeah. It was like the picture perfect kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just wanted to shout that out. That was probably moment of the round for me, that part.
That was
Metcalf's kick was good. That 40-20 was even better.
Yeah, that was really cool. And then straight away, everyone, Origin. So
it's fair enough. Like,
it's a big difference.
Like, and I get that you got all your brownie points with Cleary.
Yeah.
But not in Origin. He had so many years to own that 7.
Yeah.
It never really came through. Moses plays in it last year and they win.
Yeah.
And he basically, I'm not going to say he won it for him, but he contributed.
Yeah.
Like, his kicking game is that good.
Yeah.
Like, his kicking game is what Reynolds was 10 years ago. It's just everything he touches lands perfect.
Who's better, him or Fogarty?
Dude. Long kicking game, I'm going to go Moses.
Yeah.
The bombs, I'm going to go Fogarty.
True.
Dude, those bombs are sick.
Yeah.
It's a Ricky Stewart coached bomb. That's why I said why I like Fogarty staying down there.
Yeah.
Because he just suits a Ricky team so well. He gets coached by Ricky. Ricky's one of the greatest 7s. It's just a perfect match. I think he should stay there, which I think he is re-signing 3 years.
Yes, I think I saw that as well. Yeah.
And there's another guy that just got re-offered a contract too. It's not coming to my mind. But before we go to next week, one of our favourite segments.
Well, Bulldogs keep the Rabbits to 0, so that was really good. So that's 2 weeks in a row they've kept the opposite team to 0.
Not only that, did they have a guy in the bin for the last 10? I'm pretty sure.
Can't remember, maybe.
But I think they had a guy off, and I think it was like the 77th minute, like they were that close to scoring the Rabbits, and they just made this try-saving tackle, and you can just see like they more wanted the 0 than anything else.
Yeah.
And their defense is just insane. We've been saying it for weeks.
Yeah, they do look very good. So it'll be a tough one, Broncos this weekend.
Yep. I don't have too many ridiculous stats, but I think I did see this week's the first game the Bulldogs are versing a team in the top 8.
Yeah, well, you did say like I think 2 podcasts ago saying, don't want to crow too early, but they've still haven't versed a top 4 or 5 team.
I'm pretty sure it's their first top 8 team this year.
Yep.
So, again, huge ramifications, which we'll go through in a sec.
Dragons beat the Sea Eagles. That was a good win for the Dragons. Pretty happy with that, the old Dragoons.
Yeah, Dragons are hanging around.
Yeah, they're putting them together.
I just think the wheels are falling off more at Manly. And it's funny. You see in the first 15 minutes and they haven't scored, and you just know they're not winning the game.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else gets that vibe, but after 15 minutes, I said Manly aren't winning. I don't know.
Well, we watched the first half, and it was like 14 all or 10 all or whatever it was.
It was just the most dull, boring game.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't seem like they get interested.
Yeah.
It seems like all they want to do is play 4 p.m. on a Sunday arvo and just hope they get that easy 40-point game.
Yeah.
And if it's not, they don't care.
Yeah.
And it's been their big red flag for like 3 years and they just don't care. I don't know if it's because Tom's not there. I don't know if everyone's just a bit over the whole Cherry saga. Don't know if everyone's out of energy, but they were just bored.
Yeah. It's way too early in the season for them to be bored.
Yeah.
Like, far out.
Or maybe they just thought the Dragons were an easy kill, just a whole wrong
It
attitude.
very well could have been that, because Dragons on paper, like...
And I get it.
They're playing good now.
Especially if they're not at home, they're very weird. Like, I only trust them when they're at home.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was a bit of a strange one.
Yep.
Thursday night games always are weird.
Panthers got their first win in Australia.
Looked all right.
Yeah,
they looked
did
all right.
look good.
But also the Chooks look crap again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, again, same thing with the Chooks. They're either coming out against the top 4 team and putting it on them, or they're just not there.
Yeah.
Dom Young's dropped.
Yeah.
Swear someone said that.
You said that?
Yeah.
Moving Markets.
You can see it coming, boys.
We should change the name to Moving Markets.
Yeah, Moving Markets.
Yeah.
MMs. Get sponsored by M&M's.
Yeah. But that's, the Roosters don't have to stick around, and that wasn't that great. Knights look like they're in trouble. We've said that. Hudson Young, 2 tries.
Who did the Cows play?
They didn't play.
They didn't play. That makes sense, because I was wondering what the Cows did, because they were coming into form.
Yep.
That makes sense.
No, Cows have got Titans this weekend.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
We'll lose that too.
Well, Titans
Dave
did all
Fafita's
right.
back. Fafita's back this week, which is a big in, because he was good 2 weeks ago in a terrible game against the Dragons.
Yep. But Hudson Young, 2 tries. That's 3 weeks in a row. Versing the Titans, it was not too bad. Titans,
the first 20 minutes was sick.
Yeah, because Raiders look like a hot team.
Yeah, I think the Raiders got stuck at Movie World for the first 20 minutes. It happens. Dude, you saw it with Newcastle. Newcastle got stuck there. The whole game.
Did you see that ride we went past?
Bro, did you see that dolphin, man?
Corey Horsburgh's on there.
I haven't seen a dolphin in Canberra before. And then they woke up. You know what it was? Useless RCG, bro. That guy's a flop.
Really?
Dude, he gives away so many errors, so many repeat sets. But the turning point in the game, there was a little stir up between a couple of the Raiders players and RCG. I don't know if you saw it, he had a busted nose.
Mm.
What happened was there was a tackle, he missed it, and the arm accidental came around, whacked him in the nose, stuffed his nose, had blood pouring out the whole game. Anyway, 5 minutes later, drop out, he runs the ball straight at Starling. Starling just hits him in the ribs, drops the ball, momentum just changes from there. The whole game just goes,
changed.
And we just lost it from there. It was so annoying. And then just went back to just playing like retards. And it's really weird because Dez is meant to stop this. This is the whole point of getting Dez in. And we do the same thing that we've been doing for 10 years.
Yeah, Titans are like a 40 to 60 minute team.
I'd love to get 40 out of him at this point. It's annoying, man, because honestly, we could be a top 4 team. In the 20 minutes that we play good, we're very, very good.
They are. You are.
We are.
Yeah. Because the good thing about the Titans, I like watching them
Bossy
because it's just not like kick, corner, run it.
It's
kick,
good.
Corner, run it. It's different. It changes up. They do something different.
We love it coast to coast, but it's just like Vossi says it every time Vossi commentates. I get angry because it's so true. He's like, these guys are the most frustrating team I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of footy. He's like, they're either top 4, darn good contenders, or they're the worst team in the comp, and there's no in between. He's like, I don't know how they've got fans. It must be the most frustrating thing, and I took it personally.
Oh, you do. You would.
It's because it's true, man. It's just like, what? How? How?
Yeah.
There's a few players that, I don't know, like, I'm kind of convinced that the board require some players to play a particular amount of games because, prime example...
As in, like, the Titans board or the NRL board?
Des can't be picking this team, man.
Yeah, right.
Like, some of the players in this team should not be here. Isaac Famasuali barely gets a run at Burleigh, but gets a run for the Titans because his brother's the captain. Haas, mate, I reckon he would struggle to run around for the Falcons. He can't even get off the field. Like, he's that bad. Dude, he lives off his brother's name.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't think if he went to market, I don't think any team would offer him a contract.
True.
He's that bad. Chris Randall, another useless player. Like, he tries, but he gives away so many errors. I could go for days. Brian Kelly should be a top 4 centre in the game. He's probably the worst 4. Like, it's just not like you just.
Brian Kelly should be he's up there.
I know,
but he's strong. He's quick.
His errors are through the roof, and he gives away so many repeat sets.
I don't like Philip Sami.
Phil's all right.
I don't like him.
He can't defend for the life of him. I don't even want to start about the right side defense. Like, it's just so bad. But we won't talk about Titans. I'll take 3 hours. and they'll ban me off the Facebook page again.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't know, they banned me on the Facebook page because I talk a lot.
I was commenting too much.
I'll let them know.
Fair enough.
They need to know.
Yeah.
Dude, me and Jared Wallace got into a good fight on Facebook like 3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, last year's at the Titans. Because I commented every week, how's this bloke getting a run? Because he shouldn't have been in the team. And then he finally arced up. It was crack up.
He replied to you?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get to meet him one day.
Oh, mate. I've seen him a few times, like when he was at the Finns. And I just felt like saying, I'm the guy that gave you shit on the Titans page. Because I hate him, I reckon he's a flop. Wasted so much time. Jamal Idris, he's another one that wasted our money. Jared Hayne. I could go for days, but we won't.
Yeah. All right. Well, this week then, what do we got?
No, before we go on.
Okay.
The listeners love it, mate. We got to give him our player of the week.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm going to guess on...
I will say I only got 3 this week, but I've came with the stats because I did say last week it's something that I need to get better at, and I've came with the stats. But who you reckon?
Hudson Young, I think, again, obviously he's got 2 tries. You can't just leave him out because he's pretty good.
2, 3, 4. He's going for 4 weeks straight if he does.
Yeah, so I'd say he'd be in there.
Yep.
Luke Metcalf, I'm going to say wouldn't be in there.
No, he's not.
Okay, cool. Isaiya Kotoa, pretty good.
I thought about it, but I didn't.
Well, then Moses, and that's all I can...
You're on the right track.
Yeah.
So the player that you didn't mention, my first player picked, and I reckon he's really underrated. You'll see him tomorrow night. Max King for the Doggies.
Ooh.
He's from the Titans too. Like this
Didn't
guy,
he play Storm?
He went Titans, Storm, Doggies.
Yeah.
Like he was quite good at the Titans, like because we got him at the early stage, and he always tried to run hard, tackle hard, but he just wasn't developed. He must have learned a lot at the Storm because he didn't play that much at the Storm, but he must have learned heaps because at the Doggies he's just gone through the roof.
Okay.
25 runs, 232 meters.
Sheesh.
Gets better. 34 tackles, missed none as a front rower, and got a try.
Yeah, wow.
That's a pretty good stint.
That is a great stint.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome. I'm liking these front rowers. They're good, so I'll try and always get a front rower in. The man of the year, Hudson Young. I don't know if we spoke about it before. We'll pick it up now. 2 tries, which is the first player to get 2 tries in back-to-back-to-back games with only Steve Menzies.
Really?
Yep. And if he scores this weekend, it'll be the first time in the NRL career it's been pulled off.
If he just scores or gets 2?
I think it'd have to be 2.
Yep.
It'd have to be 2.
And who are they playing? Oh, they're playing the Finns.
Are they?
Yeah, that's a big game.
So, because I've got the team list here, let's have a quick look before I move on. So he'll be marking up against, let's have a look. Hudson plays on the left, so it'll be on the
Max
right
Plath?
side. No, Plath will be playing 9 this week.
Wait, he's out.
It'll be, he's playing 9. Jeremy Marshall King's out. It'll be Finafuiaki or Gilbert. You'd assume they'll put Gilbert on him.
Yeah, okay. He
So
gets
that'll be a bit. There'll be a sin bin there, you'd think.
Yeah.
Between those two, dude. Something I do want to come up with. Like to get a sin bin market.
Yeah.
Since there's so many sin bins in this day and age, let's get a sin bin market.
What, on like Neds or Sportsbet?
All of them. Get around it.
And say what? Like
$5-6
for what? Per person? Like pick
like
a person.
The player.
Yeah, right.
Pick the player.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like it too. I don't want to incentivize sin bins, but hey, let's make it fun. If we're going to keep sending people off for stupid stuff, we may as well get money out of it.
Yeah, why not? You heard it here.
Mate, moving markets. And yeah, I had to give Moses the 3rd pick.
Yeah, that's
4
fair.
try assists, 2 line break assists. Yeah. And had 9 runs with a broken foot. And kicked the greatest 40-20. I don't think he missed too many. Oh, did you notice they kept rotating the kickers as well? That's another thing I didn't bring up. I reckon the Eels would have had about 4 different goal kickers on the weekend.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, me and Brado were cracking up. Even the hooker got a kick at one point.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know if it was Moses' foot and he was just like resting a bit, but I guarantee they had at least 3 different kickers because Lomax ain't playing.
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny.
Why didn't you play?
Saving myself for Origin.
That's fair.
Yeah. No, something happened to him, eh? I don't know if it's his ankle. He's out for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I'll be right.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
It's on the bike, mate.
Well, Moses, I think, is player of the week for me.
Yeah? I'm going to give it to Max King.
Massive
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
Dark horse win. Well,
yeah, I like it. Hudson Young probably does deserve it, but he's in here every week. So you can have Moses. I'll go Max King. If you did think there was another standout player, do comment.
Yeah, let us know.
Like Kotoa was close.
Yeah.
But I thought Moses was probably that bit better, and it was just one less I had to write down.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because we'll change it up this week. We'll go over this week's games, but just before we go to that, cool little segment that I just want to mention, see if they can get through. I've picked a couple of Origin Smokies.
Okay.
I know that games won't be too far away. I just want to keep an eye on these over the next few weeks.
Well, how early before Origin do they release teams? Is it a 2 weeks?
I want to say it'll be this Sunday,
Yep.
so that the week and a half before it.
Yeah. Cool.
Let me have a look though. When is State of Origin?
And the Blues are favourites again this year, aren't they?
Yeah, we said that last week. $1.60.
Yeah. Seems crazy. I know my 1 point play for Origin week will be Queensland to win.
Yep. Dude,
Simples.
you can chuck that in a futures multi. I reckon $2.40 or something is pretty good odds. Well, I did think it was good odds until a few of the players have started going down.
Yeah.
But I can't see the when it's picked. But I'm pretty sure something rings my mind that it's on the 3rd or the 6th of June.
Okay.
So it'd have to only be like 3 or 4 weeks away.
Oh, we're in April. We still got all of May.
Yeah, May.
6 weeks.
6 or 7.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling it's around 14, actually.
Okay.
So we're halfway there.
Yep.
For the Blues, my little mate Mitch Kenny
Ooh.
in the 9. Robson's not going that great.
No.
Appy, I don't think he's too interested in Origin anymore.
Yep.
Who else would be a 9 for the Blues? Cook, he's not going too bad. He actually had a really good game. He was running the ball a lot for the Dragons, but yeah, I reckon Mitch Kenny deserves a crack. 2 Origins and 2 grand finals in a row. Good player.
Yep.
I've got Carraz for the Blues on the wing.
Yeah, interesting.
Carraz is the hardest man to tackle in the league. Yeah. You watch. I guarantee tomorrow night, the first 2 or 3 people who will try to tackle him won't tackle him on his kick returns.
Really?
Yeah, guarantee. Watch it. Guarantee you.
Why? Is it like he's strong or he's stepping or
he's strong?
Yeah, okay.
It's like he's hard to stop. I think he's got the most line breaks in the comp too.
True.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
We might not be in the league because he's had a few weeks off, but he's up there.
Yeah.
He's right up there. And I don't want to talk about the Blues too much, but Terrell May.
Yeah, I think he'll be in there.
Yep.
Yep.
Hudson Young maybe.
He deserves it. Definitely. He should be captain.
Yeah, I think we'll do that like a week or two before when they pick the team, see how close we can get to our Origin teams. But yeah, definitely get him in there. Presto from the Doggies.
Yep. Could be a Doggies team.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see something come up on my Facebook last couple of days. It was like, how many players from the Dogs do you think will get picked for Origin this year?
Yeah.
Because I've got another one for the Maroons, because I'll head straight there. For the Maroons, I think these 3 stand out, to be honest. Max Plath.
Yes.
Surely that's the worst kept secret in the league.
Yeah.
He's got to be one of the first picked.
Yeah.
Him and Tino will do a lot in the middle.
Yep.
We missed it a lot last year. We got bullied a bit. So definitely get him in the middle. Underrated, but a superstar, Kurt Mann.
Yeah.
I'd love to get him in there. And I know he sort of has that position where you've got Ben Hunt and Harry Grant, but he sort of plays in the middle for the Dogs anyway.
Yeah.
And he can just sort of be that Kalen Ponga guy. If you're going to end up playing Ponga at the back because Reece might be injured or out of form, it just gives you that guy to come on just before half time for a bit of energy.
Yep.
And my main man, Bo Fermor. He's really good.
He's not that good.
He's really good.
He's
really good.
Is he going to make the Origin?
I don't know. Well, he's been in the 21-man squad for the last couple of years.
Oh, okay.
Like, he's close.
Yeah.
And I reckon he's playing really good footy this year. He's probably our best player.
Yep.
Loves a try.
Yep.
That try save, I don't know if you've seen the game. Dude, hopefully it's on the KO highlights. The game was done. Try saver got penalised because it's a head-eye tackle, but guarantee it's one of the best try-saving tackles I've seen.
Okay.
Without being Titans bias. Because he didn't have to be there. It came from the other side of the field, run over, line break, second rower.
Yep.
Played the whole game, wrapped the ball up, smacked him into the ground, rolled him over the try line.
Held him up.
Yep. But got done for hitting him too hard, apparently.
Oh.
But it was insane.
Okay.
And like the game was done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just those little things that I know Billy would be looking out for.
Yeah. Putting the effort in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, yeah, Bo's still keen.
Okay.
Cool. They're my three.
That's pretty good
from both teams. And if you got another opinion, again, chuck them in.
Let us know.
And I'm looking for smokies. Don't go yelling out James Tedesco or something.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't even deserve to be in there anyway.
No, he does.
No way, man.
Dude, Teddy's playing very well for the Roosters. He is. Aside from slipping over every third night.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about him. He just slips over. Get some longer studs or figure it out.
But no, I guarantee, and I say this without any remorse, I reckon if you did a quick recap of player votes of who they reckon the best player in the comp is right now, I reckon Teddy would get it.
Really?
Yeah, I reckon he's going real well. Yeah. It hurts me to say. I don't even I hate him.
Yeah.
But I just reckon he's having a real good crack.
So does Dad, and I just can't see it. I just can't see it.
No, I reckon Teddy's going real good.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
But
Jamie's not a Queenslander.
No, I wouldn't want him on the Queensland team.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would have gave him more props.
There's slim pickings in the fullbacks at the moment. There's heaps of talent out there, but it's Tedesco, Ponga, and Walsh.
Actually, I'll throw a smoky, because I know I threw a smoky in for a couple of years for Presto to be the captain of the Blues. Mm-hmm. I think there's a new smoky arriving for the Queensland number 7 jersey when Cherry gives it up. So you've got Fogarty, you got Sammy Williams. Not Sammy Williams.
Walker.
Mm-hmm. Jaden Campbell.
Yeah.
He only a couple of weeks ago confirmed that he wants to play for Queensland.
Yeah, okay.
Sort of changed his affiliation because technically he was born again in New South Wales, but all his junior footy's in Queensland. So he said, no, I'll play for Queensland.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's the best, but he's coming a long way as a number 7 this year.
Definitely.
And I reckon if he keeps progressing in this way, he could potentially get there because his defense is so good this year.
Yeah.
And he's a midget.
Yeah.
He just needs to get a bit more better at game operations and controlling a game, and he'll be there.
Yeah.
And again, it's not really a smoky, but I'll throw this in. Could you put Kotoa in for the Blues?
Yeah, but isn't he?
No, he's
Samoa.
Yeah, he's Samoa, but they're tier 2.
Yeah, they are. True.
Yeah, and he actually said either this week or last week he will give up Samoa if it ends up becoming tier 1 because he wants to play for the Blues. He's pretty keen to play for the Blues.
He would be in there.
You reckon? Well, again,
not this year. Not this year. No.
But he's definitely on his way. He could very well win the Finns their first comp.
Yeah.
He's that good.
Yeah.
He just keeps progressing.
He's only 21 or something.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Wayne chucked him in at 19.
Yeah. He's calm.
Dude, not only that, because he was the understudy for Cleary at the Panthers all those years ago. And then when they signed him to Finns, you had Nicarima, Sean O'Sullivan, and there was another half that they could have gone with. But Wayne said, nah. Milford.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And Wayne said, nah, it's buggy or all. I'm chucking this kid in. And look at him now.
He looks good.
He's unreal.
Yep.
So, yeah, shout out those guys.
Shout out indeed. Well, what do we got games this week? Bronx versus Dogs, first one up. Hopefully Broncos can be the first team.
Oh, not the 100th best.
Yeah, it's over there, but it adds a face to the thing.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just use it for a couple of cook-ups.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so hopefully.
What we'll do, I've got the team list up here too. So we'll go through the game, see who's in and out, and then a couple of stats, and we'll pick a couple.
But Bronx hopefully can be the first team in 3 weeks to put some points on the Doggies, but you never know. You got a stat there, don't you?
It should be. Yeah, I think with Newcastle getting that late try, it's the first time. I don't even think that was the game, but yeah, the late try Newcastle got adds in too. But the Doggies in the last 4 or 5 weeks have only conceded more than 1 try twice.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's nuts.
That's crazy. Defense wins comps.
I've been saying it for years.
Yeah.
And the team's just they don't have injuries. Burton and Old Mate went down.
Yeah.
Kikau, but same thing here. Just one change with Harry Hayes is out and Jack Todd. So some guy, Daniel Sulaki Fafita, he comes in.
True.
Broncos, Reece Walsh out for 6 weeks. Cobbo takes over at fullback. Mariner comes in on the wing.
Yep.
Picura returns on the bench after a suspension.
Yep. So what was your stat about Cobbo, though?
You ready for a stat, guys? The last 2 games that Cobbo played fullback, the Broncos have won by 1 point, 13-12.
Both times.
Both times. What did I just say about the Doggies?
Defense.
How many points?
2 tries.
Thank you very much. 13-12, guys.
Half-time draw.
Here's another market. Halftime draw. Jump on Sportsbet. You can multi the exact scores. If you go 13-12, I haven't seen it, but I'm going to predict it's paying either $81 or $121. Just chuck a fiver on it.
Just chuck a fiver on it.
Just chuck a fiver on it. Or another good one, if you want to be invested with it, you can always pick either team to win in Golden Point. It's usually about $15 to $17.
Yep.
And on top of that, go exact margins and go both Broncos or the Doggies, 1 point margin.
Yep.
And just put $5 or $10 on all those singles, and all you need is it to get to Golden Point. Obviously, going to kick a field goal.
Yep.
So you collect it 2 out of 4, and they'll be paying juicy.
Yep.
And the final score will be 13-12.
That'd be pretty cool.
If that comes off, boys,
laughing. Put a hundy on it.
I don't have money to gamble like that.
Yeah, stupid.
Otherwise, I would.
Just do it for fun.
Ritzy stats for the game. Arthur's has scored 7 out of his 8 last games. Tracy's scored 4 straight games against the Broncos.
Ooh, I do like Tracy as a bet.
Yep.
Interesting.
Arthur and Tracy.
Yeah, right. Okay. Dragons
next?
Roosters. That's another game. That could be a good game.
Good game, this. Billy Smith returns from suspension. He's a cracking player. I'll give it a go, hey. Mark Nawakwanasi.
Done well there.
Pretty good for a guy who can't pronounce names. Shifts to the wing with my man being dropped, Dom Young. Spencer Leniu starts at prop. True fact, he's a cat when he starts at prop. He's only good off the bench. True fact.
Okay.
Angus Crichton returns from a groin problem. Excellent. I've got a note on him. Rest of them are irrelevant.
Yep. Tedesco's in there somewhere, surely.
Yeah, I can't see him anyway. No. Dragons Sionu for now has been called in on the wing to replace Matt Fagai. You said they're trash, the Fagai boys. Did you say that?
Yep.
Yeah. And that's about it. So
could be a good game.
Where is it? So it's a
few try scorers. I'm feeling it.
Yeah, I don't mind the Dragons here. I don't mind the Dragons. I don't really have a pick. The only note I've got would be, I think it's Crichton, to be honest. Oh, no.
Terrell Sloan.
I had a look at the try score percentage. It's been a while since I've seen someone this high. Tupu is 46% to score a try. I think it's about $1.78. But Angus Crichton has scored 5 out of his last 6 games Saturday matches.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
What about the injury, though? Is that going to be cause for concern, or is he...
With Origin so close, do you reckon he'd want to play if he had a bad groin?
No.
Neither would I.
No, fair.
That's how I'm looking at it. Spencer Leniu, Watson, Nathaniel White, Angus, Siowong, Radley.
I like
Radley
Watson.
Starting.
He's one player I do like, Connor Watson.
Watto's sick.
Yep.
But he's starting this week. I think he has been starting. Cheese can't be too far off. Yeah, I'll say... Well, I'm just going to... Well, on that rate, I was multi-Roosters, Angus and Tupu.
Yep. Okay.
Remember that.
Roosters.
This
Massive call. And then I've only got 2 other ones that are like worth watching. Oh, that's us.
That's us.
The Finns and Raiders, great game.
Finns and Raiders.
And then the Cows Titans, another good game.
Okay. Cows and Titans, both Fermor, the main man, scored 4 out of his last 5 games against Queensland teams.
Yeah. Wow.
And one that's worthwhile mentioning, I know a couple of things about the Wars and the Knights game. Wars 13 plus. The Knights haven't covered a 13 plus margin in 4 games.
Oh.
And Halasima, the second rower, he's going for 5 tries straight. And
dangerous.
The Knights have let a second rower in the last 3 games.
Yeah, okay, Knights are in trouble.
Yeah. Another one who's on a good tear at the moment is Pappy's going for 7 straight against whoever the Storm are playing. Who are they playing again? Rabbitohs.
Yep, possibly.
Yes. So Pappy's a moral.
Yep.
And that's what we've got there.
Seagulls, Panthers. Oh, who knows what's going to happen there.
Another in this week is the Arab. Khan Piero is back for the Titans. Chuck him in for a double.
Yep. Always good for a double there.
It's nice having Jojo Fafita back too. He was pretty good last week with his defense, so we should be a little bit better this week. I like Tom Weaver. He just needs to learn to tackle. 13 missed tackles.
Oh,
it's like a Jonathan Thurston stat. It's bad.
That isn't great.
So that's a bit of a
Cowboys coming off a bye as well.
Yeah, you think they're fresh.
Yeah.
But I had a big smile on my face yesterday when I heard this. Back rower John Bateman returns. Like, why would you put him in the team, man? Like, he's that bad. Jeremiah Nanai moves into the starting side. So, yeah, heaps of tries that game. You'd think Derby scores.
Yeah.
Purdue probably scores.
Khan Pereira gets over.
Khan will score.
Yeah.
Bo will score.
There's 4.
And Dave's coming off the bench. Sweet.
He's not going to do much.
Chris Randall at 11. Oh, no. John Bateman versus Chris Randall. That's going to stir a lot of players up. So, yeah, that's that.
That's it.
That's all I've really got for this week.
Bit of a chase up. NRL, obviously, we'll be back. Batos will be back next week to do more AFL, but NRL's pretty interesting at the moment, keeping us ticking.
Couple of interesting games.
Yeah.
But, the major game is obviously the Dogs versus the Bronx because what I was saying before, it's worthwhile mentioning. It's just the ramifications out of the game from both teams, right? Look at it from the Dogs side. They come out and they do their thing that they've been doing. All the good raps will keep coming. They're finally beating a known team. They did all their things. But on the flip side, if they lose, then all the rumours are going to come out. Are they just stat padding?
Yeah.
Are they not that good? And what's unfortunate for them, it's going to go one or two ways. It's either they'll win, they'll get the praises, but guarantee if they'll lose, all we'll hear is their forward pack's not good enough.
Yeah, because they've been saying it for years. Too small.
Yeah, but in the way the footy's played now, I don't know if you want to be the biggest.
Yeah, but you still need a bit of size up front.
Do you?
Yeah, a little bit. Payne Haas is obviously massive. Tino's massive.
Well, where are they on the ladder?
Yeah. But this is the first time that you've had the doggies up top.
But it's that's how
it's a fitness game.
That's what I mean. Now it's all about fitness and.
Well, Payne Haas does 70 minutes.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But
how much of that is good work?
Yeah,
that's the thing that was the only thing about Kevy. It's like you can play him for big minutes, but how much is it is useful? And that's why he looks so good this year is because he's getting these breaks. You can go out for 40 minutes, have a ripping 40, come off for 10, and then go and smash it for 30.
Yeah.
But so many different ways to look at it. On the flip side, the Broncos lose. The noise will get louder about the halves.
Yep.
It'll just get louder. The more pressure is going to come. And the more pressure comes, you just will feel the tension brewing up.
Yep.
Well, the flip side.
And a lot of pressure on Cobbo as well.
I was about to say, this is a big thing for Cobbo, right? Because if he plays good, he's going to start wanting fullback money on this contract.
Yep.
And every other team's going to want to pay him fullback money.
Yeah.
The Broncos won't be able to because they've got to sign everyone else.
Yeah.
So that's another big, ramification out of the game because if he plays very well, yes, it will be good for the Bronx for 6 weeks, but what are you going to do with this contract?
Yeah.
Because he does want to play fullback.
Yeah. And he's a good fullback.
He is. And he's not like Reece Walsh. I was listening to Kevy talk about it on the way here. One of Cobbo's best things apparently is his goal line defense. He's very good at organising the defense.
Yeah, right.
He's a bigger body than Cobbo.
Yeah.
Walsh.
Walsh, yeah. You're
not going to get, the flash. Well, you're going to get flash, but not like a Walsh flash. But, you get a bigger size.
There's probably less errors.
Kick returns, Yeah, you're not going to have the worry of maybe, one of the fastest players whizzing by you.
Yeah.
But Cobbo still does magic with the ball too, you know?
Yeah, he's like a Justin Hodges.
It's funny that you say that again because that's when I was listening to Kevy speak, I was like, he reminds me a lot of Hodges.
Yeah.
So that's a crack up that you say that, hey.
He does remind me of Hodges.
He reminds me a lot of Hodges. The way he carries the ball and...
He looks like he's moving in slow motion.
Yeah. He's like just, holds that ball with the right hand, just little dodge here, little dodge there. Even when he takes his scoots from hooker.
I've got this crazy weird old memory of watching Hodges in the Bronx.
Yep.
Watching the Bronx play with Dad.
Yep.
And he beat 3 players and I was like, Dad, how come they can't tackle him?
It's Hodger.
And he's just like, oh yeah, he's just tough to tackle, muscly, he's moving around, slippery.
But it was always like, even when he was old, when he'd take that run from dummy half, that first player would never tackle him.
Yeah.
They never would.
Yeah.
And everyone knew he was going to scoot. They never tackled him. But the thing that stood out most to me with Hodjo, because I was a Carmichael Hunt boy.
Yeah, I love Carmichael
I'll never
Hunt.
forget it. The 2006 grand final, when Wayne flipped him out for Hodjo at fullback. It's like, what the hell is going on? It's just a Wayne masterstroke.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that Wayne does. But one of my favourite memories of Hodjo is when he was playing fullback and he'd always catch it with one hand.
Really? I don't remember that.
He'd always catch it with one hand, bro. I guarantee it.
What a weapon.
Dude, one time, I'll never forget it. It was going over his head and he just sticks it up one hand, flicks it up, catches it with one hand, and I'm pretty sure he runs back and runs the field. Like, he had some unreal, watch after this, some unreal highlights at fullback, hey?
Yeah, true.
Because how he used to run. He just had that dangly style run.
Yeah.
You know, off he goes up the sideline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, beauty.
That was a good team. Leon Bott was on the wing. The white jersey with the wow, sight and sound.
Yeah.
That's right. I actually didn't mind the Bronx back then.
Well, sight and sound. That's a memory.
It's honestly, I can pinpoint the moment that I turned sour on the Bronx, and it was the moment Carmichael left.
Yeah. Go to play AFL.
It was the moment I gave up. I was like, how dare you? How do you let him go? And it was such a weird thing back then. Like, that's honestly, I reckon, the most weirdest sports signing in Australia, and at least top 10 ever in sport.
To leave.
Just how weird it was.
Yeah.
Because, like, no one would even think about going then.
Yeah.
Because it was before Folau went.
Yeah.
And it was so out of the blue. Like, from the Brisbane Broncos, powerhouse, he just won a comp. I think he was very young.
Yeah.
Like 21, 23. And if it wasn't for Billy Slater, he was easily the best fullback in the column.
Yeah.
He just randomly runs off to the AFL. For the Suns. Like, it was just so random. I reckon it was just the most wasted talent.
Yeah.
But he's now coaching South Lake and Magpies.
Oh. AFL or NRL?
NRL.
Yeah, right. True.
Beta club.
Oh.
So that's pretty
Good
cool.
on him.
Yeah.
That's a nice way to finish.
Yeah. Full circle.
Full circle. All right, but back to 3, 2, 1s shortly.
Yeah, I need to do some homework, so this won't be such a scrappy week.
1 point for Haydos. Everyone else pretty quiet. Captain just extend his lead here a little bit. Pretty dangerous. Eels.
I've gone from a Pride of Jenny to a Chautauqua sort of style. This is.
You're sitting back. You're going to get 10 points this week.
I might.
Yeah.
Someone's due a tenner.
Yeah, someone's going to get it. It's pretty dangerous out here.
It's dangerous. Time to find a win.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Favorite part of the week, isn't it?
Not really. This is where I get stress.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure.
It is.
I'm going to go first.
Okay. Talk us through it.
I haven't gone first since I last polled a point.
Okay. Wait. Remember when I went first and you were like, no one's got a point when going first? Did I get a point? I can't remember when that was.
I don't know. It might have been the week before you started polling.
Yeah.
I doubt you would have got one. I'm telling you, it's cursed, mate.
Yeah.
But someone's got to do it. Someone's got to break the curse. You know what's going to break the Ritzy curse? Because I'm about to poll the point.
Here we go.
He's a crowd favourite around here.
Yeah.
He's back for another run.
Here we go.
His name's Headwall.
Oh.
He's travelled to Western Australia to run in the Quokka. And there's also rumours that if he runs well here, he might get an Everest spot. Yes, sir. You heard it here first. And Pardon the Punt.
Chuck it in the Orleans?
Yeah. Oh, after he wins on Saturday, he could be anything.
Yeah.
Even a place. We'll have a look at that later. Might be something for next week. But back on track because I get too excited. Headwall is $2 to place in the Quokka. It's my 1 point. Come on.
That's a smart play.
I know. It's a good one too because if it wins, I'm like, yes. My $5 is $6.48.
I'll give it to you.
First way, Broncos, Bulldogs, either team, 1-12.
Ooh.
Close game.
Yeah.
Surely. We're going to take the Warriors at the line, minus 8.5.
For the night against the Knights?
Against the Knights.
Yep.
So 9+ to get that.
Mm-hmm.
And then to round that off, it's going to be Pappy to score, Melbourne to win.
$5.
$6.48.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then for my $10, which pays $11.63, Tupu, Pappy,
Yep.
Warriors 13+,
Yep.
either Tracy or Arthurs to score from the Ritzy stats.
Ooh.
Come on, boys.
Massive.
That's my 3, 2, 1s.
You're getting 10 points this week.
Could be the week. If I've done my homework right,
Yeah.
we're getting 10 points.
All right.
Come on.
All right.
Next
Well,
minute, doggies win 13+.
I got an easy $2 here. Dragons to beat the Roosters.
I like it. I do like it.
Nice and simple, straightforward. I'll know straight away.
Yep. I like that.
$5.
Yep.
as per usual, Broncos game. Bronson Sherry and Dean Mariner.
Sherry's looking pretty good for Origin spot too. I was going to chuck him in the smoky list.
Yeah.
Good one. $5.
$5 for those 2 tries. Bang.
Birdo flicks it onto Sherry, barges over from 5 metres out.
He's just a better version of Garrick. Like, he'll hold the ball when he needs to, get over the line, but he'll also pass.
He can pass. Garrick,
Yeah,
dude, I don't think
pass.
I've ever seen him pass.
Yeah, he doesn't pass. So
Ever.
It's fine. He just doesn't pass. Even when he should, like 100% should be passing.
Oh, mate, so many times I've had Saab and I'm like, oh, here it is. Oh,
Yeah.
he didn't pass.
Disgusting.
A few players like that.
Yep. And
Herbie's the worst.
he is he is not great.
That's why he's not playing fullback. Sorry to interrupt.
Yep. $10 Billy Smith
Yep.
for a try.
Love it.
Metcalf for a try.
Love it.
Coates for a try.
Love it.
Get your
Coates.
Xavier Coates.
Yep.
Corey Oates.
No good.
No good at all.
No good.
$12.87.
He's in radio now.
Is he?
Morning radio, Brisbane.
True.
Yep.
Respect.
Don't ask how I know that. I don't know how I know that. Someone said
interesting.
it on Triple M the other day.
That's just thrown me out of whack.
Sorry, mate.
No, that is just very interesting. Well done to him. Him and Kevy hanging out or something.
Doubt it.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the players who voted him out in the QR code.
Yeah.
Remember that?
No.
That's how they got rid of Kevy.
What?
They put QR codes up all around the Brisbane bloody training centre. Got the players to do a
Anonymous
player review. That's how they got rid of him. It had Madge.
No.
You don't know this.
No.
Yeah, I'm not lying. All the players that came into work, scanned the QR code and put in their feedback on who they...
Players only or like...
I think, no, like all the people involved with the club. That's why everyone's like, what the hell happened? Because Kevy's this big Broncos guy. And that's how they got rid of him. They put a QR code up to want to keep
Are you confident on that?
I'm 110% confident.
Oh my gosh.
How do you not know this?
I do not know.
That's why there's big. That's why everyone's blowing up why Kevy got the flick for like 3 weeks. So like, how dumb is this?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, off QR codes.
Off a QR code.
Scan and confidential.
That is amazing. Go the Bronx.
Ritzy scoops, mate.
That is so cutthroat.
Dude, it's so bad.
That is so cutthroat. They should do that about Galvin.
Titans just made old mate rock up to work one day and said, "Oh, sorry, mate, you're sacked." Didn't even tell him.
The Tigers should do that for Galvin. They should put QR codes up and say,
They probably did.
Scan and tell us if you reckon we should release him early.
They probably did. Scan this and you get to post an Instagram story.
Or no, just you got 3 options. It's like release early, send him to reserve grades,
or post something on Instagram.
Yeah, break his kneecaps. That is insane.
Oh, another scoop. Lucky Galvin had security at his first ever play to have security at a local game. He got escorted off by security after.
Was it that bad?
It wasn't bad. It was just
he just had it because he wanted it.
Safety.
Yeah,
because of what's going on. That's how bad it's gotten.
That's crazy. Well,
that's embarrassing.
It was either him or Elon Musk that I thought would be the most likely to get threatened.
I think he's been threatened. So didn't they pitchfork his place in Sydney?
Yeah.
I think I've seen that.
Wow.
The world's turning.
Yeah.
But PTP staying strong.
We will be here.
On all platforms.
Baden will be here.
Baden will be back. AFL scoops will be back.
Yeah. His 3-2-1s will be coming shortly.
Yep.
And we'll just like freeze frame it and just play it over.
Yep.
But PTP will be here every week. No matter what. 3-2-1s, comment, share, download, follow, rate.
And if you say you don't have a YouTube account, you can always make one, eh?
They're pretty simple to make.
Pretty simple. You probably got a TikTok account.
Yeah.
Yet you won't sign up to YouTube to comment. You know who you are. Do it now. Even if you're driving, pull over, sign up to YouTube and comment. Great video.
Great video. Just everyone use the same password as well. PDP420 Blaze $.
Yep. Got to have the $, otherwise it doesn't get accepted.
Yep. All right. See you all next week. Baden will be here. Enjoy. Go the Bronx.
Gamble responsibly, and if you got a tip, make sure you comment it instead.
Thank you.